Hello and welcome to a live stream where we are going to be talking about the news. Let's go ahead and head straight into the news. Donald Trump apparently attempted to contact U.S. Capitol riot witnesses. Yeah, I think it is the thing with America and the current climate where you've got the January 6 hearings. Uh, you know, you have instances where ordinarily this kind of interference would, well, get pushed back, but So apparently, Donald Trump attempted to contact a witness who was talking to the panel investigating the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Now, the person says that the person declined to answer or respond, and that they alerted the lawyer who contacted the committee, but who knows, in that scenario, who truly knows. So this kind of thing would usually be not seen as the best thing when people are interfering with witnesses, and who knows if anything happened there. But so a lot of things that are going on, and you have also things there where it's Oh, yeah. Also, Twitter has sued to force Elon Musk to complete his $44 billion acquisition, once again bringing into question what exactly was the point of this whole thing. Because it seems to be that it was to fluctuate stock, and, well, it did that. For example, he should have declared his intention of buying the stock before going out to buy it, which of course meant that he bought at a lower rate than he would have, which means that he kind of committed, no, not going to say committed any crimes, but a bit dodgy dealing there. Not saying there's anything wrong, just maybe morally wrong, nothing legally wrong. There, nothing legally wrong. But, that kind of thing there, bit concerning there. Although, technically, you do have to pay a fee, if you do that. So, legally wrong, that's going to land up in prison. But, still, that is frowned upon. We also have the Belfast Orange Lodge that said the protocol debate is driving an influx of new members because, well, what do you expect? So, the protocol debate and the old allowing army officers to have immunity, that's a big thing in Northern Ireland because, well, it's kind of problematic because it causes a lot of issues there. You also have children falling into poverty more quickly than the rest of the population, which is insane. Further evidence that the Uvalde school shooting was, well, if not preventable, then, not even tried, really. So who knows? That kind of thing. It's to see. You're thinking, yeah. Anyway, in other news, a man has been arrested after a melee erupts when a bin was thrown at a loyalist marching band. Yeah, weren't too happy, the loyalists there, and you can expect there to be, things going on there, and, well, the tones there that are there anyway. And in other news, a public service announcement on nuclear attacks sparks worry among New Yorkers, as you can expect it might, being told. And by the way, what you do in a nuclear strike is this. We're not saying there will be one, just to make sure, because we need you to be alive so that when we can finally venture up, that we can, use you for your labor. So yeah, just guys, remember, if in case of a nuclear strike, do this. Just keep that in mind. A lot of you will forget this within a couple of months, but don't you worry, it'll be useful before that. Maybe not. Who knows? But who truly knows in that scenario? And it is interesting to see this kind of thing going on here, and a poll that was done to see, how many people have kind of decided to go ahead with their complaints to planning. Well, only around 68% of people have said that they have not complained to a planning office. So yeah, that's it's somewhat concerning to see. This is the kind of thing that happens in some cases whereby, well, there are instances where people do complain about these sort of things. And in other news, we do see that, well, a lot of things are going on when it comes to finally, the woman's place in the home section of the Irish Constitution, which has been around for far too long. Inserted there by Eamon de Valera many, many years ago, and a very sexist part of the Irish Constitution, which people have tried to overturn before, yes, but maybe now we'll finally get overturned. It has been put to vote for the next year, and hopefully we'll be able to cast off that little sexist part of the Constitution anyway. So yeah, not too good there. And there is a plan for an outer pool to form what is a new plan for George's Dock after whitewater rafting idea has been scrapped. The plans for a $23 million white rafting facility. Yeah. Sorry, not dollar, euro. But, just basically, it's just kind of interesting to see the when you're in a cost of living crisis and the people are thinking about building $23 million white water rafting things. Anyway, also, just after the US have said that the journalist, Palestinian-American journalist who was killed by the Israeli forces, they said, it was probably Israeli gunfire, it wasn't intentional, which, kind of it probably isn't true. US does have very strong connections with Israel, so not the most reliable people really to do any tests there. Not to say all people in the US are blindly following Israel, but just the officials. And that coincides with Joe Biden landing in Israel on his first Middle East tour as the US president. He is due to hold talks with Israeli leaders for 2 days before meeting. And, yeah. He's also set to meet the Palestinian president in the occupied West Bank. So, not all bad. At least he's not ignoring Palestinians. But, still. And in other news, you have a situation where Sri Lanka has declared a state of emergency after the president has allegedly fled to the Maldives. Yeah. Typical politician. My. Yeah, it's not that great there. So yeah, a lot of problems going on there. And in the Tory leadership race, when it comes to England, there are situations there where, well, certain people have been dropped. You have Nazim Zahawi and Hunt have been dropped from the contest. Nazim Zahawi, who had been involved in nothing illegal when it comes to things, but just a bit of tax haven sort of meddling there, well, the thing is, though, I have to emphasize, it's not illegal. It's just kind of, like tax avoidance. There's nothing illegal with tax avoidance. That's why it's split into tax evasion and tax avoidance. So, yeah, just kind of dodgy. And, well, for a fellow who owns a couple of, is it over 100 million in property? Yeah, not the best fellow you want is PM. So, yeah, that's probably a good thing there. But, what can you do? Also, I don't think people will be too happy with a fella who accepted the job as Chancellor and then told Boris Johnson to leave. Like, what? At least the other politicians had the courtesy to resign. He's just like, I'll accept your gifts as Chancellor and now leave, Boris. We want you to leave. Thanks for the thing, though. Now I can keep this position when you leave. So yeah, probably will he lose his position as chancellor under the new prime minister? Who knows? So yeah, man was also caught writing his name and address on a stolen €5,000 scratch card. So yeah, more stealing being done there. Indeed, and a protest was held at the Dáil in Ireland over the cost of living crisis, and the protests were blasting in action because very little has been done, to do anything to fight against this. And the Pope has appointed the first woman to the Vatican department responsible for choosing new bishops. This may improve the Pope, but more specifically the Catholic Church history when it comes to built-in sexism. Like women can't be priests. They're also not involved in the decision-making process as much, which is concerning for a religion where you've got all the things going on there. Which, I think this is concerning to see, definitely. So yeah, it's not always the best thing to see when you have that. But that's the thing there. So the Pope, is this a sign that the Catholic Church is becoming a less sexist thing? Well, maybe it is becoming less sexist, but who knows? We'll have to see for the future, and we'll have to see next time. Please join us then, and hopefully we'll see you then. So yeah, goodbye. See you.